if I wanted to, I could probably go. We could go like downtown, go buy a Ferrari. I could do that.
So guys, welcome back to another video. If this is your first time coming across my video, make sure you click on the subscribe button and also click on the like button so the videos can go viral. So today I'm actually going to be talking about a movie. Is it a movie? And yeah, I'm sure you'll be surprised that I'm wearing an head warmer. My hair is rough, and to go to the salon is, I don't know how I'm feeling, but when I go to the salon, I'm definitely going to pull off my hair warmer and stuff, right? But I'm sure I still look good, yeah. So yeah, growing up as a kid, I grew up in an average home, right? And most of my friends that we grew up together, we did the same matter. We grew up in an average family. And as a kid, we used to wish that we were born in a very wealthy family. And we even used to make jest of our life as a kid. You that your father is driving this kind of car. We used to say all these things. And we used to wish that, maybe we were born into a wealthy family, into the family of the Dangotes and the likes, right? As a kid. And that's the truth. And one day, I was done with work and I decided to watch a movie, and I saw the title Born Rich, so I decided to check it out. Luckily enough, it was a documentary actually, and the documentary was actually about kids that were born into a wealthy family, and the person that came up with the idea was Johnson Johnson. Johnson Johnson is one of the very wealthy family in the United States. So his name is Jamie. He was born into wealth, and he was curious that, okay, I'm born, I didn't have to do anything, I didn't have to earn the money, I just have all this money. Why? So decided to interview his colleagues that were also born into wealthy family. So the funny thing was, all of them, they hang out in the same place because they are rich. They go to the same place, they shop at the same location. So he was able to interview each, and I learned a lot from most of them. Because funny enough, most of them did not want that kind of life. And I'm like, bro, do you know how we felt like growing up as a child, knowing that we were not born into a wealthy family, and you were born into a wealthy family, and you still know like a problem deal? So understanding that most of them were not even still happy with the fact that they were born into a wealthy family, it's something that amazed me. So I actually recorded some few clips, and it featured the daughter of Donald Trump, and this is back in 2003. Most of all those kids now, they are already grown up, like they are married. Donald Trump's daughter is already married, I think, with like 2-3 kids, but in her 20s. Then that was 2002 2001, right? The daughter of Bloomberg and many others. So just watch, guys.
Well, one of the Johnson & Johnson family members, they are of Johnson & Johnson. You may not know that some of these people are actually Johnson family members, so treat everyone as if they are.
I always expected that my 21st birthday party would be the greatest night of my life. Champagne, pretty girls. You wonder, can life get any better than this? Well, to be blunt, it can. At midnight, I'm going to inherit more money than most people could earn or spend in a lifetime. I've been waiting for this night for as long as I can remember. The thing is, now that it's here, I'm not really sure what to make of it all. I was always told that the American dream is about getting a bigger and better life than your parents had. But that dream was accomplished by my great-grandfather. So I live outside the American dream. And now it's my job to build a meaningful life apart from this privilege I've inherited. I've learned that part of coming of age is finding something that's your own and not your family's legacy. I've had the benefit of being rich all my life, and I'll never want.
They're trying to, on TV, they're trying to make it seem like the everyday middle-class family is where the real life is, where happiness exists.
I think that a lot of kids that grow up with money or some sort of affluent lifestyle, that lifestyle can sort of, it really holds them back from discovering their passions and what really makes them feel good about life.
I remember once I was at some, like after celebrating party, it was fashion shows there. And this man walks up to me who I'd never met and says, what does it feel like to be wealthy? And I was like, excuse me? And he goes, what does it feel like to never have felt any pain? And that really upset me, not because I was upset for myself, but because I was upset for him. Like, I was bothered by the fact that he could be so ignorant. And, like, that there are people out there who could, like, say such a blanketed thing and just be so downright stupid and just, not use the brain that they have. And that's what bothered me, not the fact that he could make, like, not the fact that anything he said really, wounded me deep down, just the fact that there really are people out there who think like that. That think that with money comes happiness.
Did you ever worry about getting cut out of your family?
Yes.
Or your
I'm extremely paranoid. I'm paranoid all the time that suddenly, like, the next fax from my grandfather or the next phone calls, and I'm really disappointed in you because you wore the wrong pair of shoes the other day. So, no, you're on your own. Have fun. Sure, big time. Scares the hell out of me.
From having money when you win, it's as a professional job win. It's because you worked hard and you rode well. As an amateur, some people will see that you rode well or you worked hard for that, but there will always be people that said that you won because you have the nice horse. I could use it as an excuse to not come and not work, but I've kind of swapped that and made it be an encouragement and incentive to come and work even harder and prove people wrong.
I think it can actually give you more drive, but a lot of times that's turned towards revenge. Like showing up your fam, like saying, I told you so, look what I can do. That's why you see sometimes, wealthy kids turn to drugs or you hang out with really whack job people because they want to shock their family. They want to show that they can escape from the mold that their family all seems to be a part of. Like personally, the way I'm going about that is because I plan to actually graduate college and go to graduate school. And fucking, thumb my nose up with them with a PhD in something. That's it. That's my little form of revenge.
Rather than getting Barbie dolls, I used to get upset. I always wanted Legos or like erector sets or something like this. So I love like looking at the New York skyline and being able to figure out like what I'm going to add to that, and what patch of like sky maybe one of my buildings will be in. So I've basically always wanted to go to real estate development. It's in the blood, I guess.
I want to be indispensable. That's my great objective. I mean, whatever I do, I want to be as indispensable as I can. Now, that's a little vague. Probably like a lawyer or a business, like this.
When you go out to Hampton, you definitely go to Conscience Point. There are everybody from New Yorkers to know, famous DJs to Puff Daddy, you know, having a party there.
I will come in at about 7 o'clock and do the table seating for the night of what party, how important are they, where are they going to be seated in the club. Obviously, attractive women is going to help you because that looks good for us. You know, we want to see Cristal champagne sitting on the table because there are other people that are in the crowd that will want to ultimately emulate that.
Hey, good to see you, dude.
Nice to see you.
But the nightlife in the Hamptons is about as despicable as it gets. You know, the fact that we all go out.
Our show, and a few people from different magazines wanted to interview me. I sat down, and the first person they asked me was about my father, and I realized that second how it's going to be. It has been like that, and that's really what my struggle is to have people see the person behind that name. I don't really know exactly what they see me doing in the future. My sister is kind of the business one in the family. Like I think that she will go to law school or become, you know, the prize daughter. Like she is already. We're very different. We do different things that make us happy, and I don't really care who accepts what I do or the way I act. I'm doing what I love to do. You know, it doesn't really matter to me what the hell they think.
When I came here, it just shocked me that every time you go somewhere, people ask you when you meet someone. So the second question even is, what do you do right away? Where do you live, and what do you do? And in Europe, that doesn't happen. People find out who you are, what do you do by the way you speak, your intonation, your subject of conversation. So I never really knew what to do because I don't do anything. So I didn't know what to really answer. I would have to say I'm rich, or I would just say that very simply, or sometimes I'm kept if I was in a bad mood. And I think it's something that always made me feel good to answer back that way because it would make people understand that it is something that is, make them understand the nature of the question, that it is unpleasant in itself. In my will and wish for cultivation of culture is, you know, it's sort of the Dionysian side, love and sex. And so I find it very often that I'm reading a book and I'm thinking about a pussy, but then as soon as I get the pussy, I'm thinking about a book. So for me, it is very problematic that.
Tea store, and then the two brothers decided to make it into a chain supermarket. I think it was the first one, like Woolworth. So there's 15,000 stores. And my father wasn't involved in the A&P. I think he worked for them for a day or something. Then he inherited the A&P money, so he bought Hog Island, he named it Paradise Island, and he developed it. Because the art collection was worth, say, $400 million, and the property in LA was worth, let's say, $400 to $500 million, right? The island, of course, is worth a couple $100 million, right? And then the museum, so, and then all the houses. So I'd say a couple billion. Then he lost or sold or gave away all that. When we came back to New York, we were living at the Carlisle Hotel, and I was going to the Hewitt School across the street. I used to eat salami and watch TV and talk to the servants, and he didn't come downstairs. So he came downstairs, he came for half an hour. And when my mother left him, she always says when he started to get involved in drugs, he went down with a cast of hair to Mexico, and he started taking Quaaludes. My mother always says that she thinks my father would have been a really simple man had he not inherited the money.
Yeah, I've got all this money. Yes, if I wanted to, I could probably go. We could go like downtown and go buy a Ferrari or something. I could do that. I've gotten a little older and more mature, so it's not something I obsess about or think about. You know, I've been able to drive in nice cars and already have nice houses, and my family has a lot of nice stuff. I already have that. It doesn't really make me feel good to accumulate more.
The pleasure extinguishes itself very quickly, and I find I use my time and my money to instead do things that I take part of. For example, going to the tailor. So I go there and I break, dolls for hours because the button has to be just right, and we talk about the shape of it and the sewing. I mean, yes, it requires money, but it also requires setting down what you want, your taste. So it gives a meaning. I mean, this time that I spent, yes, I get the great suit, but I don't just buy it off the rack because it exactly reflects what I want.
I wouldn't trust myself with $1 million right now. If it was all, ready cash, if it was extremely accessible, I probably wouldn't trust myself with it.
I went to Wellesley thinking that I was going to work really hard and I wasn't going to get paid anything because I was going to be a doctor. Even though I was having fun the whole time, I was realizing that my credit card bills were mounting in college, and I realized, okay, this is not the way for me to be. Why don't I go try investment banking? Got to investment banking, they work you to the ground. The first day I got there was 7 in the morning, they didn't let us leave till 10 o'clock at night. And I was like, yeah, welcome to Merrill Lynch, and welcome to working your butt off. But I enjoyed it. I learned a lot about finance. I learned certain skills, how to interact with clients. That was my best skill. Like, I got handwritten notes from CEOs of companies saying I was great, I was fabulous. If I ever needed anything, call them. But I didn't have the drive anymore. Like, I saw these people that would just sit there and sit there and sit there, and I was like, my friends are downtown Cipriani right now. It's 10 o'clock at night. They're having Bellinis, and like, I'm sitting here cranking out numbers that are never going to get looked at. And that's what I do in mine. I was like, I need a normal life. I can be successful between the hours of 9 and 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and then go out and have a good time. I went to lunch with my mother. That was gonna be like a nice family lunch.
Material things. But after working on this movie, I've discovered that what you inherit may not be as valuable as what you earn. And although I still haven't found all the answers, at least now I know how important it is to have